All right. Now, if you guys wanted to go from like the beginning of this day, how the day started, like with the Bible study, that's going to be at the end of the video. It was a pretty long Bible study, so that's why I'm keeping it at the end because we have to have some type of viewer retention. I know some people don't like them, so we're still having them. But, anyways, big video today. First off, you're welcome for the angle showing the yacht. Come on now, stop playing. This is just me warming up. Usually, when I warm up for a deadlift, I'll do like barbell rows. I'll like do different angles of barbell rows just to kind of get my lower back a little warm, like just feeling the weight move. So I did some like at a 45 degree and then some at like a 90 degree. And then I'll usually go up another plate, do two plates, where I'll just kind of focus on form. Again, I'm open to different, opinions of my form. I put my feet really freaking close together. This is just the way that's allowed me to deadlift without my lower back hurting. So the longest time I could never deadlift, and this is why I didn't do it, is because my herniated disc would prevent me because my lower back would be in excruciating pain and I could not like sit down for a long period of time after squatting or deadlifting. So I cut them out from my programming completely. So for me, this is what I found has just worked the best for me. I don't think I would ever try sumo. I feel like sumo, I'm not going to say sumo is cheating because it's not cheating, but I would rather just stick with conventional. I feel like I have a stronger back than legs. So here's doing 3 plates. Low key, when I did this, it felt kind of heavy. This was after a fat meal. If you guys remember the last video, I ate a stupid amount of meat. The amount of meat that was in me, pause, was enormous. I ate so much, bro. I ate so much. It took me 3 hours to digest. I was literally at this gym for 3 hours before I was able to do anything. By the way, check out the t-shirt drops Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Elysium. Here we go. 4 plates. See how it feels. Sorry for it being blurry. Felt okay. Low-key felt like I was going to throw up potentially, so I had to loosen my belt for this set because I definitely would have threw up. So I said, screw it. I wasn't even feeling that good. I was like, screw it. We're going to throw 455? That's a 25 and 445s. I was like, screw it. We're going to run it. I was bumping worship music. Shout out Upper Room. Oos! Light. Oos! And then I almost passed out, but I was good. It was because I was exerting myself. I need a rest day. Today I'm taking a rest day. Or no, tomorrow I'm taking a rest day. I worked out already today. Really happy with it. Now I'm going to get into the rest of the workout where I'm talking. All right, so we hit a PR in the gym at 12:40 a.m. in the morning. Just filmed my last video and I figured I'd start the next one. I don't know why, but my hamstring, bro, after that, right here, it's kind of sore. We hit 4.5. We hit what we wanted. We hit 455 as our new conventional deadlift PR. 3 to 4 weeks into deadlifting. It's been 3, I think, consistently. We did 415 when we started, and now we're at 450. People were saying, oh, he's not going to hit 5 plates if he doesn't bulk. Watch me. I'm going to hit 5 plates for summertime, bro. Just watch. I don't even be doing this stuff. I'm just doing it for fun. Again, these shirts, we're doing a 7 Salvation drop. 7 Salvation is the Christian side brand of Elysium. So if you guys want to get some cool Christian merch, just show love, support, you can check it out. The drop's Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was well with a Elysium restock. So check it out. These shirts fit dope. It's like, I think it's a medium. It fits pretty tight. All right, so we are going to do some of a voiceover. It's mixed in. I've vlogged a little bit of this, but I'm going to do a voiceover because people, I feel like, don't like montages anymore. So, again, control the way you lift. Full range of motion, keeping tension the entire way through. I'm really feeling the stupidest stretch in my lat at the top. I'm not just letting go of the weight. Make sure you have purpose and execute every rep. Same thing for here. We're doing a high to low row. Everything here is 2 sets to failure. High to low row, focusing time and attention, a slow negative. I'm really trying to activate. I'm trying to literally have my lats tear apart. Like I want the fibers to rip apart. And I feel like you do so by going to failure and really feeling that stretch on a slow negative while keeping tension there. Don't let the tension go to your shoulder or anywhere else. Keep it in the target muscle group. So did that for 2 sets of failure, 1 arm. Pretty beat and it's late, so it's not gonna be like the most adequate back workout, but we hit the deadlift PR, so we're gonna take what we can get. Going to finish off with shared arm pull downs, doing these 2 different ways. First set to failure, I'm gonna do it more, I believe it's lower back, like lat focus too. I already have like a crazy stretch here, and I'm gonna pull directly to the top of my quad. So I'm keeping everything forward, like hunched over, like here, like a lat spread almost, and then I'm pulling. And then the last set, I'm gonna kind of pop my chest up more, and I'm gonna pull through and kind of pull it through while I pop my chest up. And this I feel it more has like a row, and I feel it more target my upper back. So we're gonna do the first one first and the second one. Yeah, so this is like my all-time staple. Like I did this so many times in my home gym back in like the whole basement home gym, like the dungeon. Like every single back workout, I did this movement. Now again, there's 2 different ways you can go about doing it. Make sure you do it right. A lot of people feel like do these wrong, they'll feel it in the tricep. Understand like it's like an arcing motion. And to pull through your elbow. I don't know how else to explain it. Like I feel like you learn it after trial and error. And then there's 2 different ways to do it. This is the second way where it's more like upper back focused. I personally like the first way more. I feel a better contraction that way, but it's always good to switch it up. And then I did some of these. I didn't really like the fire shirt, by the way. Again, Friday 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This machine, I'm not a huge fan of, but I wanted to switch it up again. I only did 1 set with both handles at the same time. I just didn't feel like it felt that great. For me, again, I train off like instinct a lot. So if I don't like something or I don't feel it or I don't feel like I'm getting a good stretch and squeeze, then I just won't do it, or I'll switch up the movement, which you'll see here. I switch it and I'll do a 1-arm pull down variation, manipulating my body and turning to where I can get the best possible stretch on my back and my lats and the best possible contraction. So that's why I'm kind of facing the machine at an angle where I can really allow for my fibers to stretch the most and squeeze the most. I feel like that's just key, bro. It's simple. Again, I don't know if this is bro science or not, but stretch and squeeze is the name of the game. With an adequate load, as you progressively overload, with adequate intensity to failure, and you will grow. Simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. Again, maybe the bro science part where I'm like changing the angles is whatever on me, but that's how I like to train. If I don't like how it feels, then I won't do it, or I'll switch it up. I liked how this felt. This felt crazy. Stupidest contraction of my lat. And that's what we did, and that was it. And then we did some posing. Here's how we're looking again. Not really any diet whatsoever. I'm just trying to make somewhat decent eating decisions. I might mess up here and there and dabble with some Crumbl cookie, but you know, that ain't ever hurt nobody, bro. Come on now. But I feel like we're looking pretty good. I feel like the back's looking solid, and I don't know, that's like my favorite part of the Elysium gym to pose at. It's so aesthetic, bro. Seeing the logo in the background makes me so proud of what we've been able to do for this brand, man. It just makes me so happy. Little lat spreads, or not lat spread, I forgot what that's called. What is that called? Front, it's like a relaxed lat spread. I don't even know what it's called. Trying around, dabbling with some different posing, whatnot. Usually I would put a montage music edit behind this, but let me know if do you guys want me to do more montages, like more music-based stuff, or y'all cool with me just doing a voiceover? I feel like this is more personal. I can talk to y'all more. And I feel like people don't care about the montage stuff anymore. I'm trying to look aesthetic, and I feel like a crash out doing this. Yeah, let's get in the rest of the video. My camera is most likely going to fall once I rip it, but I haven't been able to listen to my car really yet because it's been snowy since I put my exhaust on. Good morning, y'all. Got my cup of coffee for the day. Flipped to a random page. I gotta start picking books to read, but I do love my random page flips because they usually work out pretty well. So I flipped this randomly, and as soon as I read the first few words, I was like, all right, we're doing a. Because sometimes I'll scour and try and flip through a few till I find one that I really like to do. But this one is dead on. I think this is important for a lot of us right now in life, especially in today's generation. Mark 12:29. The most important one, answered Jesus, is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. Well said, teacher, the man replied. You are right in saying that God is one and there is no other but him. To love him with all your heart, with all your understanding, with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself is more important than all burnt offerings and sacrifices. Jesus saw, yet answered wisely, said to him, You are not far from the kingdom of God. Now, this is simple, but in practice, so many people get this wrong. To love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength is to put God first rather than worldly things, right? But the one that I really want to touch on today which I feel like a lot of us struggle with and lack, is to love your neighbor as yourself. The golden rule. Because it even says how important this is. The fact that to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself is more important than all burnt offerings and sacrifices. In this time, the Jews, they would do that in order to kind of come into God's presence. It was through sacrifice, because Jesus hasn't died yet at this point. So to say that even loving your neighbor could be more important than a sacrifice given to God, it's important. It places a lot of value in that. Now, as humans, we struggle with this, man. You see in today's society and social media, especially in like the fitness industry, there's so much envy, jealousy, hate. If someone's wronged you in your life, we're really quick to anger. And again, I'm guilty of this as well. I struggle with this as well. And a lot of times when we get hurt, we want to go out and hurt others. Hurt people. And this is so true. And we as Christians need to learn to pick up our cross, right, and follow Christ daily. And sometimes that it's hard to do. And you have to turn from your flesh. And a lot of the times our flesh is a thing that is quick to anger. It's when we're hurt, we want to lash out. Or when somebody has something that's better than us, or that they have more than us, something that we think that we want to belittle them or comment something negative about them, because by doing so, we think that us trying to bring them down to our level is going to make ourselves feel better. And that's so far from the truth. And I'm here to tell you that if you feel like you're lacking something, and this is what can give anxiety, depression, the devil a stronghold in your life, is when you are allowing envy, jealousy, hatred, things that are the opposite of love, to take place in your relationships, even relationships that you don't even know about. Even when it's just, and I'm guilty of this too, when it's just somebody on the road who cuts you off, and your first thing is to say some like out of pocket thing, like what I would do, right? And we can't be quick. It says that we can't be quick to anger. We need to be like slow to anger. Because again, if you're slow to anger, you can take your thoughts captive, take every thought captive, make it obedient to Christ. You can turn that negative thought into something that's positive, right? And then your body and your mind will follow. So to love your neighbor as yourself is to be selfless, is to do things without wanting something in return. A lot of stuff too can be transactional in life. We don't want that. A lot of relationships tend to be transactional. It's what can I get by me? I give this person this, and they need to give me equally this much back. That's not how it works, man. To love somebody is to selflessly love them. It's to selflessly serve them, expecting nothing in return. But I promise that when you learn to do this to your friends or to neighbors or to strangers and random people, you will find freedom in it, and you will see that anxiety, depression, all these negative things will not have a stronghold or take root in your life. When you act in love through everything, there is a spark that people can see in your eyes when you learn to just love people for being people. You love them the way Jesus loves them, rather than let your own personal things get in the way. When someone's got a better physique than you, or someone's stronger than you, instead of trying to find something to pinpoint on them that you might have better than them, to just say, hey man, good stuff, congrats man, that's awesome, like keep going, like say something positive, bro. And check yourself to see, are you being insecure, envious, hateful? You shouldn't be. According to Jesus, these 2 commandments summarize all of God's laws. Let them rule your thoughts, decisions, and actions. When you are uncertain about what to do, ask yourself what course of action best demonstrates love for God and love for others. And this is why it's quick and you take every thought captive. Because when you lash out and say something angry, it's always something that happens quick, like immediately. Like, oh, I get smoked in Call of Duty, and I'm like, all right, like, you know. And again, I'm guilty of this. But instead of replying or responding right away, whether it's with your mouth or through bodily functions or emotions, take a step, take a second to kind of evaluate what are you feeling, and then submit it to God and say, is this loving what I'm about to say or what I'm about to do? If it's not, you don't do it. But I'm telling you, I think that there's a lack of love for our neighbor, for friends, for strangers in today's society. It's very selfish, and there's just a lot of envy and jealousy, and just, I mean, I see it a lot, especially in like comments, obviously. And it's just like, when I read a negative or a hateful comment, I just think to myself, like, what hate does this person have in their heart that is making them have to want to say this? Or like, I don't feel affected by the comment. I more so feel anguish, and I feel like sad for the person writing the comment, that knowing that they are lacking something that I have, Jesus, that is allowing them to have this like stronghold of depression, anxiety, where out of that or envy, jealousy, that they're lashing out towards me, because that's the way that they're venting. It's a reflection of what they feel in their own heart. So I kind of feel bad for them, and I feel sorry, and I don't want them to have to feel that. Rather than be like, oh, they're saying something mean to me, so I want to go and like say something mean back to them in the comments. I don't. I honestly feel for them, and I hope that they can find like fulfillment, love through Christ, because I believe if they were fulfilled and loved through Christ, that they wouldn't feel the need to have to lash out in these negative ways. So yeah, this is probably a long one, but I'm trying to teach it in a way that makes sense. So hope y'all like that. So I did a review on my Snap. I guess you guys deserve a review too, because this week is phenomenal. If you haven't been a Crumbl cookie this week, you are missing out. The circus animal cookie is insane. I already had this. Little baby bite. Sugar cookie base with like birthday cake stuff in it. Perfect amount of icing. Amazing. Best cookie probably here. The second best I'm gonna say is the Oreo one. That's this one. I love icing like this. Honey nut. Howled nut all over it. Glazed, you know what I'm saying? That's in like the 8s, but I would say like a high 8. Cream pie, mud pie, whatever it is. Moon pie. Not a big fan. But we have some really freaking big news coming up here soon. Like, I mean some crazy big news. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it yet, so I'm just not going to in this video yet. If you guys remember last year at some point I was talking about doing these, you know, we do these meet and greets, right? We have meetups. I'm sure you guys have seen me at Fusion Gyms, me at Exile. We do these meetups where hundreds of people pull up and come to like meet me or any other influencer that I'm with. And basically, I want to do a thing, and I have a potential like venue where I could do it at in New York. And I need help planning. I suck at organizing, so I have to get like an event coordinator or something, and I'm gonna hope to see if I can find a sponsor for it. I'm gonna ask Gary if he'll help, the Young LA guy, the Young LA owner, if he'll maybe help. I don't know. I'll ask various sponsors to see if they want to help pitch in. But I want to make a revival night, and what I mean by that is that we will rent out a venue, and there will be worship music. There will be maybe a panel, maybe a Q&A. You can ask me questions, maybe like a time at the end, like a quick little meet and greet. You can come meet me and talk to me. And maybe sermons. Like I would like to have like maybe a pastor to come up and give a word to like the audience, to, you know, the younger generation. At the end, a call to baptism, basically like an altar call. You can come up to the front and choose to get baptized by the Spirit, meaning you're not like water baptized, but I'm saying like baptized by the Spirit of God, that accepting Jesus in your life. And so it'd be like a mix between a revival worship night service / meet and greet. Because like if you guys want to come meet me, you can come and see, but I think it'll help impact a lot of lives. And if you stay to hear the message of what I think that God could do and could move through there, I think it could impact a lot of lives in a positive way. So I think it'd be cool is just to, again, start with like worship, like really fire good worship, really get in the Spirit of God with some prayer and maybe a sermon, and then ending with the call to baptism, and then we could do like the panel, whatever, Q&A, meet and greet after all that at the end, because that's the least important. Most important is God. So trying to work and figure that out. Again, I'm down to do whatever I need to do it. I just suck at event coordinating, so I'm trying to find someone to help with that aspect. But I saw like a venue in New York City, so I think that's where we would do it. And if it's successful, if it does well, if we can get sponsors for it, and you know it performs well, then I think it's something that we could do like nationwide. Like go to all different states or colleges. I've even met some Christian influencers I've had chats with where I've talked to them about us visiting various colleges and doing something similar. Like going to different frat houses that would host us and having like a mini worship session / prayer or call to baptism at the end of it. Like doing something like that, even on a smaller scale. So that I'm probably going to do closer to fall time. So if you are part of a frat and you would be able to host something like that, let me know. Hit me in the business email, alexeubankbusiness@gmail.com or official@alexeubank@gmail.com. That's probably the better one. Or even if you have anything you can help me think with the event coordinating, music, like sound stuff, anyone who's got connections with that, feel free if you want to help with that. Because I think it's something that could do well. And You know, a pastor really inspires me, Billy Graham. He would always kind of have a really fire sermon with a call to the altar. If you want to give your life to Jesus, to come up to the altar. And I just see that. I think God keeps putting that in my head, and I want to do something with it. And if it doesn't work out, it's God's will. Whatever God has planned for it, His plan, it'll be done, no matter what involvement I have. But I would love to help set something up like that. So let's see if we can make it happen. About to get to editing this video. It's 8:30 p.m. Waiting for my steaks to get here. I just Instacarted. Make this brighter. That should be them. I hear it. All right. Making steak. Freaking cut myself, bro. I'm bleeding hella right now. I went to go pick up the freaking Diet Pepsi thing, and there was something sharp in it, and it cut shit out of my hand, and the webbing part too, so that sucks. I already put the steak on the thing, so basically I just put on the highest setting and sear it, and then like make it dumb hot on both sides, and then I lower the heat to like a 2. I don't know what that means. My thing says 2, and then I'll put the top on it and just hope and pray for the best. Basically, like I didn't even season this one. I just hope and pray for the best, and then I'll cut open at a random time and hope that the insides of it are like decently red, and that I didn't overcook it. That's how I cook steak. So far, it looks pretty good. As for the seasoning, I really have no idea what I'm doing. I just go in here and grab random stuff. So I saw this one, don't know what this is, saw that, grabbed that, put it on it. Saw this one, grabbed that, put it on it. Saw this one, grabbed that, put it on it. So I was going to show y'all, but I need to already start editing this video, and it takes a while to upload clips so I can get it out tonight, so I can stay on the daily upload. So I'm going to go upload this. You know, I might just have to see the steak in the next video. Love you guys. Code Alex. Show some love. Elysium drop Friday. Restock. Code Alex. 10% off on that. And 15% off in Young LA if you guys can go show some love and support the boy. Love you guys. Thanks for all the recent support and the positive comments. I appreciate it. Like the video if you haven't already. Please. Love you all. Till next time. Peace out.